What are going, people? We are basically winding down towards the end of the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And I know that while we had, well, a lot of us, myself included, you know, had some prognostications as to the kind of results we would have been getting from these Olympics. And, unfortunately, those projections have not materialized. Typically, Jamaica has had a reputation, certainly over the last 2 decades, of being the sprint capital of the world. My sense is, based on current performances at this Olympics, we have abdicated that title as the US, and have certainly returned to a level of dominance. So far, we have garnered 5 medals, 1 gold, 3 silver, 1 bronze. And, we must say congratulations to our team of athletes. Yes, the expectations from the track has not materialized. We only garnered a single medal on the track, again, thanks to Kishane Thompson, who was edged out 5 thousandths of a second from the gold medal for a silver. And just when it seemed that it was unlikely that Jamaicans would hear the national anthem at the Paris Olympics, then we have, our young discus thrower Stoner, who finished with a Olympic record, 70 meters, for Jamaica's first and, at this point, only gold medal in the Olympic Games. And again, thanks to him. What is clear from this Olympics, though, is that there is a broadening. While there is a change of guard taking place with respect to the track events and, a sort of a recalibration of the pool of athletes we have on the track, there is an indication that our male athletes seem to be coming back to some prominence with the sprints. The female athletes, for the first time in almost 30 years, have failed to impress on the track, and that does require some investigation. But I want to focus my attention and your attention on what I think is a developing issue. What we are seeing here is the lion's share, 80% of the medals we have won this Olympics have come from the field events. And while that is happening, listening to some of the responses from the athletes, it is clear that there isn't enough attention that is being paid to field event athletes. Take the case of young Lamar Distin, who was our first competitor at the Olympics in terms of the high jump. And she she made the team, got into the Olympic Games, and failed to make the 1.89 meters height required to participate in the final. And she made the argument, inconsolably so, that she has been in the training camp with the Jamaica team for the better part of the 2 weeks, and she comes into the Olympic Games without a coach because her coach was not granted the accreditation. And she certainly has the ability to have made this Olympic final, but never had the coaching technical support that is needed. If you're following the high jump and some of these other technical field events, the coach plays an integral role, no less than the sprint coaches on the track. And we have not provided this support. Well, only this morning we see a similar reaction from Daniel Thomas-Dodd, who, again, not a thrower. She is a shot putter, and she has basically leveled the same complaint. She made the team to the Olympics, requested her coach, and as she pointed out, this is the second major championships that she has been to, where her request for accreditation for her coach, so that the technical fine-tuning points that are needed for these athletes to operate at the best, and no accreditation was given to the coaches. We are literally shooting ourselves in the foot. What we're doing by the Jamaica Olympic Association and those involved at the J3 who are not lobbying completely for these athletes, what we are demonstrating is that, a less than acceptable level of care and concern and understanding for the needs of the athletes who are representing the country. My sense is that this kind of response to the athletes is equivalent to you being out on a ship out in the deep ocean. Deep sea, you're out in the ocean, and the ship have developed problems. You decide to bail off some of the passengers, and you take them, put them in a boat out in the deep sea. No engine, no oars, no nothing. And you expect them to find their way back home. This is unacceptable. We cannot, with a country with the kind of talent pool that we have, because now what we are seeing coming out of this Olympics is that we are now broadening the pool. But unless these dinosaurs who we have running these respective sporting bodies are able to broaden their own perspective, it's an exercise in futility. And the worst thing you can do with a youngster, in my opinion, is to not provide them with the support that they need so they can realize their fullest potential. Jamaica and Jamaicans out there, may I beg you, let's raise some noise, rally around these young people. One of the things what we love doing as older heads is that we criticize these youngsters when them fall down, when they're at fault. We criticize them. But when they ask for support, we ignore it. And then we still turn around and we would like to continue to the criticism of them. You cannot put a boat out in a sea with people upon it and not give them the tools necessary for them to row themselves back to safety, right? You cannot have an athlete competing in a technical event who require the technical guidance and you don't provide that technical personnel to them. It is not Jamaica's fault that we are developing a plethora of athletic resources. There was a time we only performed on the track. We have now expanded that. Hurdles, the jumps, the throws. Our only gold medal has come from a discus throw, right? And I think what helps him is that his coach, who is also a crosser who competed and is a gold medal thrower for the United States, is his coach. So one wonders if that has helped him in terms of the coach being there with him. But it's a technical event. A simple adjustment will make significant difference in the distance that the athlete can jump or throw because they have that technical support behind them. And, we are being hypocritical in our behavior and action when we ignore these things. I'm watching these two young ladies, inconsolable. They have done their best to qualify. They know, based on their experience being out there as, professional athletes, that they can go further in the sport if they have that fine-tuning that is necessary to take them there. And we're failing these athletes. The JOA and the people who head these organizations, we spend all this money to take these huge delegations of support personnel and families to these events, right? Where the money come from? Why can't we make a better investment in our athletic participation and support these athletes. It's not only about winning the 100 or the 200 meters or winning a hurdles race. These guys are, young men and women, are now carrying the country's flag, and we are failing them when we don't do that. Let me get on the feedback on this one, right? If you like this video, may I ask you for just, hit the like button, and if you have not yet done so, subscribe to the channel so we can, share some of these types of commentary as we go along. And let me see your feedback in the comment section. Respect.